There we go. Hi, stream.
Archery.
Hi.
Okay, so let's move some of you around because Zeraid is not here for today. Actually, I feel like I shouldn't move you around. Because even if Zeraid's not here today, Zeraid will be here later. I mean, later, like, next time we play.
Oh.
But still, hi, stream. Last we left off, everybody had made it back home after destroying what was effectively a decrepit god. The leftover remains of an avatar to Charybdis. Destroyed said avatar, and then gained portions of that power. Off screen, there was some leveling up and some story stuff that occurred, and they may or may not have gained some extra powers and abilities. Mwahaha. But they also learned that in the Feywild, the Tree of Seasons is under siege. And as a part of that, wanted to go and, take care of things. Upon flipping the coin, and everybody watching it to teleport away, you guys landed around what seems to be a cottage? Sort of just in the middle of the woods? That has a puppet hanging outside of it. The puppet's head moved to look in your direction and said, "Who's there?" And that's where we ended. So, yes. You had posted that, and then I had answered it right below, and then nobody had answered afterwards. So, do you guys want to just go through prep stuff then to start with?
Like, are we gonna fight this thing?
Well, before you
Oh.
guys went to the Feywild. Also, why are you so quiet for me again? Oh, because you're eating food, that's why. You're not near your microphone. Never mind.
Sorry.
Did you guys want to do prep stuff beforehand then?
I don't really need anything, I don't think.
Okay.
Because Lyra gave me her potions, so.
So for my, as you had said in Discord, I had answered with the questions with Caldecrit for the Old Empire will just occur as they go. But also, if you want to raise your AC without an attunement item, you would need to look into the different material options to get different armor. So for example, if you went with like mithril plate armor, it just like sets your AC, and because it's made out of mithril, it'd be light enough. If you wanted to just have a different material for your leather armors, you could do so as well, and you could very easily buy like monstrous materials, which have bonuses of +1, +2, and possibly extra effects without needing attunement. So there's options. Do you want to stick with like the light armor?
I definitely don't want anything that would hinder stealth.
Why is all of Discord low for me then? Because I'm cranked up volume. Hang on. Something's wrong on my end here. Let me see if I can... Yeah, no, Discord is maxed out. Why is it so quiet for me? Because as you can probably see on stream, I am... Normally I sit at about 20% volume for everything, and I am at 40, and it's still hard for me to hear you guys for some reason. But I didn't change any of my Discord settings. Maybe it's just the AC is really loud through this headset. It doesn't have good sound cancellation. So I'm just going to crank up my volume, because all I have to worry about is listening to you guys on Discord anyway, so hang on one second. Okay. Let me see if that's loud enough for me. It won't change it on stream. What did you ask? Now that I can probably hear you, hopefully.
I Mai would go for something that doesn't hinder her stealth.
Okay, so Mithril would stop that for most armors. However, I will say you have a dexterity score that's pretty high, right?
Yes, the dexterity is +4.
Okay. So medium or heavy armor is then sort of just like not an amazing idea because they limit to a +2 from dexterity. So if we go light armor and then we grab something that is just like monstrous material. In fact, you probably have some made. Let me see. Yeah. And your entire goal is just increase AC, right?
Yes.
Not worried about any other effects, correct?
As of right now, at least, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, then yes, very easily. As you go sort of searching, whether helped by Melinda via teleportation to places that actually have like Adventure Guild locations, and like monster materials around, and places that work with monster materials, you are able to find a few options. Let me open up my character here real quick. What we'll do is we'll just go down the line for everybody who wants to buy stuff. We'll just do a quick shopping beforehand, because it's not like you guys know what you may or may not be fighting and or talking to anyway. So I'm not worried about metagame or the fact that you know that there's a puppet that says who's there. So we'll just do this for the little first part here. Okay, so your current AC is 18 with studded leather +1. Okay, so obvious option, probably pretty cheap. In magical prices, would be just to be like, just upgrade it. Just go straight to studded leather +2, which would also be non-bound. However, if you are willing, sorry, non-attuned. If you are willing to purchase monstrous materials, I'm looking for the prices. Give me a second. Where's the price? There we go. So upgrading from +1 to +2 armor would be a change of about 4,500 gold, which is not that much compared to how much most of you guys have together. What's your gold at total right now? It should be a bunch, right? A bajillion? A bajillion gold? Yeah, 2 platinum plates. Okay. I'm like, how much did you guys get paid again? 20,000
Yeah,
gold
enough for 2
each.
PPL.
Isn't it's 20,000 gold each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So easiest upgrade in your life, no attunement. Upgrading to the next layer, which would be +3 armor, would be possible without attunement, as well, and would be a price change of about not quite 20,000. It's less than what it says here. So it would be cheaper to probably get a monstrous material. When looking for monstrous materials, however, you are able to find a few options. One, if you're anywhere near the Republic and or Melinda, as a part of this couple of days preparation, teleports people around to look for stuff as needed, you are able to find made out of, there's this large snake, and I forget what the fuck it's called, but effectively it's a massive worm, except it's an actual, it's a jungle snake of sorts. A large amount of the material had been brought in recently, and if your studded leather armor is remade via that material, it would only cost the upgrade cost of a little above a +2 armor, so you're looking at about 10,000 gold for instead getting a +3 studded leather and poison resistance to damage.
I mean, that could be good.
The other option, so let me write this down, 10k for the snake, plus poise resistance. Cool. The other option, which is a little more expensive, would only be a +2 armor. However, it is made out of this rock-like material that seems to flex, but then is like super, almost is that non-Newtonian, like an Ublex, where like it's like super strong if something hits it, but then it does have like flexibility and malleability if you're just like moving it slowly. It will also not hinder your stealth ability. It will act as your studded leather armor, but it'll only be a +2. However, it will make you immune to critical hits. And neither of those two require attunement. So you could either pay way too much for +3 armor, or you can just get the snake one, or +2 armor that gives you an immunity to critical hits. And the cost on that, it's actually a decent chunk more, is 13k, I believe, gold upgrade. So upgrade, I mean if you were to sell your current armor. So the idea is you're selling your current armor as a part of the cost.
Right.
I'm just going to call this golem leather.
Yeah, okay, so I could still do this.
Yeah, do it by gold. It'll auto. There you go.
Going for that snake.
Okay, so we're gonna go +3 snake leather armor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into gear info here real quick. Studded leather. I'm gonna put this to be called Giant and Viper. Oh, I didn't get rid of the S. Giant Viper leather +3. Armor class bonus 3. Oh wait, no, hang on. I think I did that in the wrong order, didn't I? That's only one more than what you had. Where is it? The other is +2. Okay, so we do +2 and then we do an enchantment bonus is what we do. Enchantment bonus of 3, there we go. If I add... Worried about that, we're gonna go over here. Viper, Giant Viper leather. And then poison resist, and then go to your additional pages. Fantastic. Easy lemon squeezing. It fits nicely. It doesn't change any of your like physical abilities, so it's very easy to move in. It is actually kind of dark in color, but it has sort of these spots across it. Of, I believe, a different color than what you are. I think you have red spots, right?
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, so I believe these ones are green. So you've got green spots on the leather armor if it's visible under the cloak, and then red spots on your actual like little like your hair and stuff, and the little bits that have fur. So you've got some diversity in color, we'll say.
Mine's the hidden Christmas.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would want to look for? Things you still have a platinum plate.
Information on the Feywild, just in general, so that maybe we can go in not fully unprepared.
Yes, easy enough. So, when asking about the Feywild, you were able to learn a few things over the course of the couple of days. One, this also includes asking your friends, so this isn't necessarily just the questions you've asked, and in fact, most of it might have been covered by Melinda and Kaliana, just like assisting you in understanding some of the stuff. So the first thing is the Feywild works as separated plates that are individually owned by different archfey and or powerful magical creatures, and those plates will sort of connect to each other. So if there's nothing connected, there's this endless fog and cloud system surrounding the plate that is floating. When they touch each other, those clouds and fog disappear. And the plates are correctly, connected, and you're able to easily walk from one to the other. You can, however, simply walk out into the fog, and you might end up at a random plate, or the nearest plate. So, distances are odd in the Feywild. Those who are in control decide what's connected where, but there is a chance that you might just random your way onto the correct location from one plate to the next. The other major difference is Archfey are not necessarily worshipped like gods. They're more like the in-between of like nobility versus deity. Like they're heavily respected, but also there's quite a few of them. So like very powerful creature, but also there's a lot, so just respect them and hope that you didn't run into one that was absolutely horrible. But sometimes you just run into some who are just like chilling. Like there's a couple that just, there's one that owns a moving circus that's just like kind of fun to go to and like an actual safe place. The other thing about the Feywild is emotions heavily infect the world and affect it. So if you are happy, the world will treat you happily. If you get angry, the world will get angrier at you. This is influenced also by the Archfey of that plate, obviously, but the most common example is, if you're in a sea of reeds, so a bunch of like plants and grass, if you get angry, the grass might get aggro and start attacking. But if you're happy, the grass will like move with you and flow, and like you can talk to the plants and they just kind of vibe. So emotions heavily affect everything in the Feywild. And then finally, deals made by Fey need to be very carefully checked. And wording matters all the damn time. If the most common example, and probably the example Melinda would give you right away, is if somebody says, "Can I have your name?" Don't fucking say your name. They are literally going to take your name from you.
Or in the case of Lyra's contract to Melinda, getting circles.
Yeah. Like, may I have your, your name? No, you may not. I am not giving you my name. So wording greatly matters in the Feywild when conducted between Fey and creatures who have consciousness. You can't just, like... For example, if this puppet creature that's in front of you, I'm just going to give an example when you guys get there, this puppet creature, if there is no Fey behind it and it just starts saying things, you can kind of ignore it. But if there is some sort of Fey behind it, or a, fairy inside of it, or something like that doing the actions, then words will begin to matter. And there's this level of, like, words versus spirit of the contract, and that just goes into an even deeper shit show of a whole. You gotta be careful with words you say. And those are the most major aspects of the Feywild. And I believe that was it from your side, correct? Anything else you want to possibly get or work on or do beforehand, other than just hanging out with Rourke and crew before they also leave?
Yep, basically that's it.
Fantastic. All right. You're able to hang out with everybody. Odds are you're able to get a few questions off about the Imperial stuff, and you're able to learn more about how the words that form into the sigil become sort of a proper embodiment of that name. So, like, you learn that one of the Archmages, for example, as a part of his name, includes the art of transmutation in it. So just by using his name on something, you could theoretically use it as a method to transmute things into other materials. Like, his name is so embedded with transmutation magic that it can cause transmutation. So you're able to learn that the sort of imperial names, those symbols that were on that black box, matter vastly and grow as they add more reasons and reasoning and individual layout and pieces. It's like trying to learn a wizard's magic and all of their like code,
Yeah.
but worse because every minute detail
Bless you.
matters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And bless you.
Thanks.
Melinda, preparations before heading out.
Melinda is polishing her armor and
Mhm.
ironing her leaves and making sure that her flowers are sitting nicely.
Mhm.
And just in case she runs into family or someone she might know that she needs to keep up appearances.
Got it, got it. Easy enough. You prepare for a trek into the Feywild that you know, and are possibly nervous about meeting the individuals who are your your backing. Um, Rigel, you also got a
Hello.
bunch of money. What preparation are you doing for the Feywild?
I don't know. The only thing I could think of was when we were shopping with Akshir one of these times. He
Sure.
said there was a better ring than the one that I had, but it was very expensive.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Actually, I think if you're shopping with him at that point, uh, he'll, come out and you'll, hey, remember that ring? He'll
Hey,
go, oh, yes, of course. Though I don't think you need it at this point.
what's that mean?
Oh goodness, you haven't noticed. Take off the ring of bonding that you currently have attuned.
Uh, okay. I'll just take it off.
Yep, take off the ring of bonding. Um, Nothing immediately changes.
Eh.
He sort of puts his hand out and goes, allow me to unattune it from you so that you can completely understand what I'm saying.
Bless you. Okay.
Thanks.
As he takes it from you, it immediately unattunes from you, and nothing changes. You still feel like you have that lightning in your chest, like you can breathe lightning, similar to what Sid could do. You can tell just through connection that Sid is still faster, so long as you're attuned, or so long as you're like attached to the mobile feet. It feels like that bond became permanent and no longer needs the ring to do so.
Sid, why didn't you tell me this?
He sort of looks over at you and goes, I didn't know.
Okay, well, it wasn't just me then.
And he places the ring down on the table and goes, but if you'd like a different magic item, I'll buy the ring of bonding from you. Or, if you'd like to give it to any of your friends.
Does anyone
Well,
want a ring?
What? What does it do? Is it shiny?
It is shiny.
Can I melt it down and use it for stuffs?
Probably not.
Hmm.
The magic item.
Yeah,
What does it do?
If Akshir over here, he's very much like, it's a magic item, you're not going to be... Okay, I'll let you figure this out.
What does it do?
You know, bonds you to someone something. Share stuff with them.
Oh, isn't that called something here? That's called a wedding ring?
Wait, I thought you didn't want to give me a child.
I don't, but
Then why are
I
you
know
talking about
that's
weddings?
well, because you said it's a ring that bonds you.
Oh, no,
Isn't
no,
that what
no,
that's
no, no.
called?
No, 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 no. That's a different kind of bond.
Mm.
What if I take the ring and then I give it to Shay? And then we have the bond.
She'd have to want to do it.
Damn.
You can give it to your other guy, your little tentacle-y boy.
This is true. This is true.
Your other guy.
My
Yeah.
I have him in my notes. I'm sorry. My out of character. I
Is-
don't remember the name.
Oh my god.
She forgot all about her little boy.
Right?
Well, I have it in my like
Such a
physical notes
negligent
that I
parent.
lost.
I want to see my little boy.
My little boy. But yeah, I can use it with him.
Okay. Well then, I don't know what to do. I wasn't prepared for this.
Means you have an attunement slot open, friend.
Yeah. That's so many options. I was only looking at non-attune items. Now I don't even know.
Well, then no worries. Do you give the ring to Cal? And Cal, do you
Do you accept this?
Yeah.
try to
I do.
do you try to bond with some a creature and or entity?
Yes. With my Drakwood.
No.
That was his name, Drakwood.
Dog food.
Sure. Let me check real quick what your attuned items are, because it matters. I think you also had a slot open anyways, so I think you're fine. You do.
Oh, nice.
Sure. So, the way it works is you gain any major features and/or feats of the creature or individual you are bonded to, and in return, they also gain yours.
Nice.
So, for example, Rigel gained a fly speed and a breath weapon, and resistance to lightning damage, and like he gained a few things. You don't get the class features, but you get any like abilities or feats that an individual or creature has. So in this case, if you bond with Drakwood, you would get the Sonic Blast ability that he has.
Ooh.
So it is a 15-foot cone of psychic energy, would be added as one of your attack abilities. You also gain a fly speed, which you already kind of have because you can just levitate yourself anyways. And then he is a child, and that's all he has. So you don't get much, but in return, he also doesn't get too much from you either. But you feel bonded.
Yay!
He is a child.
He is a child. He is a baby still. And then we'll circle back over to Rigel.
Hello.
What you gonna buy? What you gonna do? What you gonna?
I have no clue. I am extremely unprepared. This entire last week, I was looking at unattuned items.
Checks out. Makes sense.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh my god. What could I use? Shield? I have a shield. What kind of shield? It's a +2 shield. And a +2 emerald breastplate. Could use another sword. The yeet sword.
Yeet sword.
Sure.
But stronger. Freya, what is up?
Yeah, so you want to get a dancing blade? You want to try to get a new
Yeah.
dancing blade?
Yeah.
Sure. So the dancing blade uses bonus action to attack, just so that you remember.
Yeah.
Which means you now have like a bajillion different bonus action options, which
Heck
obviously you can't do at the same time, but hey, it gives you options.
Now I got options. Before I had nothing. 2 weeks ago, I didn't know what to do. Now there's too much.
So let me see if I can Control F, please. Good lord.
Welcome to my life as Melinda the Half Wizard.
You're just like, no.
Eh.
So a normal dancing sword. Bonus action cause the attack to be set. There we go. So a normal one costs about 2,000 gold, which is like nothing. But if you add that effect on top of an already enchanted weapon, so say you wanted to get like a +3 dancing sword, then obviously the costs go pretty crazy pretty quick. So a +2
Wait.
dancing. Yes.
Can I make a sword into a dancing sword?
It could be enchanted. Getting it done in only like 2 days' time as prep would cost a lot, but it could be done. Is there a specific sword you're trying to do? I think I know which
make
one.
a silvered sword?
Oh, okay. Oh.
I still have that.
Yeah.
It's just not attuned.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, so the Mega Silvered Sword, let me double check this quick.
Oh wait, actually no. Because the Enspell only works if I'm holding on to it.
Oh,
I wouldn't be
yes.
holding on to it.
Yes. What I originally thought you were gonna do was the frick, what is it called? The like volcanic metal one.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Do I still have that?
I don't remember. Open your bag and check. Yes, the lava steel
Yes,
longsword.
yes I do. I could try that.
You could. It is a +2 weapon.
Oh yeah, and I believe you can throw out Oksana stuff. I think we broke it.
Oh yeah, that is also true.
But it's up to you. What dancing weapon do you wish to have and or have enchanted? And I'll tell you how much it costs.
Enchant the harpoon with rope.
Yes. Oh my god. That'd be great for capturing people. And fishing. It's that guy from freaking Guardians of the Galaxy.
I've been turned purple.
What?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, the lava steel longsword would be good. Because that
Okay.
goes well with my new stuff.
So it already has a +2 enchantment. And then you would need to add dancing sword on top. So that's 1,000 plus That's good lord. Okay, so you're sitting at
Oh no.
I think how long is that supposed to take? It's 100 gold per day, so that'd be 20 days and 8,000 gold. So if you wanted to make it take only 2 days, then you would need to. How many times having does it take for 20 to become 2? 10 times? No.
3?
It's like 3 and some change.
Yes. Okay, 3 and some change. So that would add at least 4 people to the enchanting, approximately, in order to just keep basically every person you add sequentially lowers how long it will take, but in return you have to pay the person, right? So you have to keep paying more and more to each individual. So you're sitting at 8,000 before you hire the 4 extra people. So then per person, you're looking at another. This enchantment, you don't double the enchantment. I think it's half the enchantment times people. So then it's another 4,000 on top of that. That's not bad. You can still afford that, right? 8, 9,
12,000,
10,
yeah.
11, 12. 12,000. So for 12,000, you could enchant your +2 lava steel longsword into a dancing lava steel longsword.
That's so much money.
It is a lot of money. But you're adding an enchantment on an already enchanted and special material weapon. And you're doing it in 2 days.
Hey.
It would have only cost 8,000 if you were willing to wait the 20 days.
I'm willing to wait, but other people are not. Could get a deck of many more things.
He does have many different deck options. All of which seem to have different symbols on the top of them and are labeled as different things. So there is a deck of many more things if you wanted to do that. There is a deck of minor annoyances.
N-
There is a deck of monstrous allies. There is the the deck of interesting locales.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Polycar, this is where I'm going. Bye.
Yeah, just peace.
And there is a deck that is labeled as the deck of demonic. God, what is it? Deck of demonic. It's not the deck of demonic pacts. There was a word for it. Fuck, I don't. It's basically a deck of demon powers. Best way to describe it. I can't remember what it's actually called, but I'd have to go look at the actual list of cards that are in it. But I vaguely remember it, so I know it exists. If you're looking to
that's
buy
probably-
decks of cards.
That's probably a bad idea. I don't know. Should I do more damagey stuff or more defensive stuff?
Defensing stuff.
I tend to die
Defensive.
a lot, so.
Yeah,
But you do have that come back to life at 1 HP.
That's
yeah.
true.
Up to 4
That only
times.
lasts so long.
True.
Oh,
But
I get to
yeah.
attack 4 times. Oh my god.
5 if I give you another.
I guess. Why not? I can't think of anything.
Sure.
What kind of stuff would you have for some kind of defensive buffs?
Well, I have
Right now, all I got is a shield and a breastplate. They're both +2 though, and one's made out of emerald dragon scales.
Okay, so one takes up your quote unquote armor slot, basically. The other one takes up your offhand slot. Um, there isn't really other slots unless it is of like just a magic item that does something. So most of the time they don't include defense in that nature. Um, so for example, if you wanted something to take up like your boots, you could get like boots of haste or shadow step boots or that kind of thing. But there's nothing that would add AC to you. And it's the same with just about any other equipment piece. When it comes to AC, it's basically just whatever your armor is. It's your armor plus, if your armor is of a specific type, your dexterity modifier. So if you're purely looking for more armor, then your best bet would be to switch up to a +3 enchantment, and you have a couple of days and take some enchanting time.
How long would that enchantment take?
For
Or
a
do you have any
plus-
other shields that are useful?
Yes, if you would like, you can just buy a +3 shield, but you can't afford it, so you can't buy a
Hey.
+3 shield. You could buy. I said you could just buy it, and then I looked at the price, which is why I suddenly changed my tone. My apologies.
You can buy it. You
Um,
can't buy it.
Yeah, I'm like, well, you could just buy a +3 shield at 24,000 gold. Okay, so,
Hey, I got about that much.
Mm-hmm.
you technically do. If you wanted to
do.
buy that, it would burn all of your
Basically
gold,
all of your money.
basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You would cease to have dollars, and your AC would increase by 1. Um,
Hey.
I mean, he does like to be the frontline
Wait,
fighter. So.
what happened to our earpieces when Lyra left? Did she take them with her?
I would say she probably would have left you guys with the ones you had.
Okay.
Just for simplicity's sake.
See, others are gonna buy another one somehow.
Yes, I will say that for the sake of continuation on the mission, she has left you with the ones you guys already had.
Okay, I guess the lava steel sword. So much money.
Okay, so that was 13,000, I believe. Oh, 12,000? 12,000.
Yes, 12.
Ta-da! 12,000, 2 days. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if you would like to give up the dollars.
I would not like to, but I will.
You're gonna give up the dollars, the dollary dues? Dip dop dangos?
Hey Melinda, what kind of they don't take gold and silver and platinum in the Feywild, do they?
No, we deal in purples, greens, yellows, blues.
Can I just take a bunch of ink there and say it's money?
No. You can try. I'm sure someone will find it valuable, but it's
It's purple and green and yellow
yeah,
and
but these are
blue.
like these are I'm gonna pull some purples and blues out of my pocket. These. We need these. They're like little gem coin things.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna keep my money somewhere else while we're gone.
Sure.
That's probably
'cause
good.
They're thieves, probably.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Just shiny things.
Yeah, don't trust any of the fairies that you see. if we like
Just
China.
squint at you.
I don't trust any of the fairies, including Melinda. Melinda could go horribly wrong. You guys step into the Feywild, she completely changes.
Wait, does that also mean a Fey
Smile
ancestry
widely.
too?
Oh, yeah. Does that mean all Fey? In which case, Mai is the only one who can be trusted in the entire group.
Right?
Including
Oh
with
man,
the
I
new
could have
edition?
gotten a belt.
You coulda. Okay.
Belt of Storm Giant Strength. No.
Now comes adding this ability to you. So it's a long sword. So let me hijack a long sword here real quick. Long sword, copy. Go down here. Paste. A long sword. And we change its name to be
How do you pronounce it? Or how do you spell that? Is it like soup but with a Z?
We're just
There's
gonna
a
call
hidden
it.
X in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna call it Lava Steel Dancing. It does fire damage. Which, because of your ability, actually changes it to Arcane Fire Damage.
Yeah.
Blue. Everything is blue. Everything turns blue. The
I'm
whole
okay with
world will be
this.
blue.
Let's go. We're gonna
Yes.
blue the world.
It has an enchantment bonus of 2. And it doesn't actually have versatile, because technically it's always considered two-handed so long as it's floating, so it's actually 1.
Or even better.
As a bonus action, you can use your Lava Steel Dancing Blade within 30 feet of you.
So I was gonna ask about that. Does that mean that since it's fire damage, it's 40 feet of me?
When you begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, attacks one creature within 5 feet of it. Sword
Oh, so
uses
15 feet.
your
No, 10 feet of it.
attack roll and ability score modifiers. So long as it is within your storm, though, is when it gets that modifier. So it would still be
Right.
within 30 feet of you. So it can't, like, attack out of your sphere of influence to, like, shoot out a beam of fire. But as long as they're within 30 feet of you, yeah, it can attack from any direction and be kind of fine. It doesn't break your ability and just give it a 10-foot reach. If it needs to, reach more than 5 feet outside of your sphere of influence, it does not reach farther than 5 feet.
Okay.
So
That
it still bounces around you and follows its rules. It's just technically you could, like, put it on the opposite side of you in this 30-foot circle and just hit
Bonk.
everybody in the center. Or sorry, I say 30 feet. You're actually only a 10-foot range, isn't it? Hang on. Hang on. How big
Yes,
is
10 feet.
your sphere? Yeah, within 10 feet. So yeah, even then, like, you're gonna want the sword to just stay near you, probably, to just start blasting.
I was just gonna like flank people with them.
Yep.
Not that
Could
it
totally
matters,
do
but
Could totally do that.
Curious question, DM. How much does a Belt of Hill Giant Strength cost?
Belt of Hill Giant Strength costs $1 million.
Sid has one
No,
of
that's
those.
not true.
But Sid is Sid.
Yeah.
Hill.
He wears it as a bracelet.
Wait, how much does a belt of Storm Giant Strength cost? Just go through all of them.
So
Oh.
because they break the rules of bounded accuracy, which is like they change your total possibility of accuracy because they increase you above 20 for a lot of the belts. They're not listed price wise, and I'd have to manually go check on the other options that are close. You're probably looking in the tens of thousands. Hang on.
How did Sid got a hill giant one? But that was a
He
long
did.
time.
So the approximations for like a hill giant one is anywhere from like 5,000 to 10,000. Frost or stone giant is anywhere from about 9,000 to 20,000 ish. Fire giant would be 20,000 to about 55,000. Cloud giant is 55,000 plus, and storm giant is 150,000 or higher.
Oh my god. I could have gotten maybe a fire giant.
I mean, you could still get the hill giant.
But
It's
I'm
still-
out of attunement slots.
That is true.
True.
I'd have to unattune to one of the things, and that one thing would be the breastplate, and then I would not have a good time. I'd hit real hard, but if anything comes near me, I will die.
If you would like to do the update command, please.
See.
We'll
No,
add
it's
the
update.
yeah, it's
It's
up.
a bracket and then update.
Yeah.
Not
There's,
C.
there's no C in it. I mean, you should be able to see it because you're going to type it, but
Wah! Yes.
okay.
Up.
Is that the prep everybody would have liked to have done?
I also want to put my money away in our fulmination station somewhere.
Yes.
Unless I can invest it. Is there a stock market? Come back
no-
and suddenly I'm a millionaire or completely broke.
Unfortunately, there is no stock market. You could put it in a country's bank and hope that you get interest out of it. But most of the time, they just sort of like expect you to grow your income manually. So
That's fair.
you could certainly try, or you can just leave it in Host territory, or go drop it in a Frankian bank, thanks to Melinda's help, and just know that it'll be safe somewhere, so you can come get it later. Melinda, you'd be able to tell everybody that there isn't really pickpocketing in that manner. Like Mask
Mhm.
doesn't have any packs with any Fae, so like the whole
Mhm.
pickpocketing rule of 10% can be stolen from your pockets doesn't exist in the Feywild because they don't use your same coinage. Now, if they see a gold coin, they're still gonna know that it's valuable. Silver coin, it's still valuable. Platinum coin or
Mhm.
platinum plate, it's still valuable. But it's not valuable as a currency. It's more valuable as like, ooh, that's made of gold.
It's
Mhm.
shiny.
Yeah, exactly. But even if you kept it on you, it wouldn't be of much value, and there's very little likelihood that anybody would try to take that. Unless there are maybe traders that go into material plane, but like that's pretty heavily monitored, so
Okay, well, I'll just keep it.
okay.
Maybe I can trade some gold shiny things for something.
You might be able to. It's possible. Those gold coins
Now-
might be worth a teacup.
Now, if we want
A
Melinda
new
to
house
stand
for
aside,
Melinda.
we don't go looking for the kids she stole.
Yes.
Wait, but I thought I was
what
getting the
kids?
kids she stole.
What kids? What? We don't know anything about that.
Insight check.
Go to the
Do you even
Feywild
need to
and
at this point?
you just learn that Melinda's actually been running like an orphanage under the table the entire time. Okay. Well, in that case,
Wait.
wait.
How do I? Is it attack space list?
Yes.
Is that what? Okay. Okay. Okay, now I'm good.
You got a lot of things there.
I do.
He does. He's got the two forms of the shard. He's got a longbow.
The
just chilling.
pimp still is also shiny.
Yeah, he's got two versions, two attack modes on his pimpstol, and a dagger for good measure.
Yep. I did
The
think
way
about
you
buying a new bow. It was kind of neat looking. What was it called? Bow. My
The way you
bow.
said that the Pimsto was still shiny sounded like it was like a Pokemon, and you're like, it's shiny.
It is.
You ever
It's
just go out
worth
and
nothing.
catch?
It's just shiny.
You ever go out and just catch a
That's funny.
shiny pimpstol?
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my attacks are weird because I just changed dagger +1 to be the volcanic dagger, so you didn't have
all
to
the
change any of
things.
your quick pastes.
What
Bow
that
of
mean?
Melody.
Yeah, that was one of the things I kind of wanted, but it was a tuned thing. I was like, well, I can't do that.
What it do?
It do this.
What book is it from?
The book of lots of stuff.
The book of many things.
Book of many things.
Yeah, that.
I like it. Book of lots of stuff.
Oh,
Right, it's pretty neat, but I was like, I don't. I'm not in the back.
yeah, that's kind of cool. And yeah, requires attunement because of course it does. It has a bunch of abilities on it.
Right,
Definitely sounds like a weapon a bard would use.
they're very cool
Yeah.
abilities. I was like, hey, I could
might
actually use my
steal this.
performance.
I might steal this.
Do it. It's amazing. You'd have like a tiny little liar boat or bow, liar bow.
So, after a few days of preparation, enchanting, and acquiring items to better raise your ACs and or abilities, or just prepping yourself to get back home finally, the coin is flipped. You and your mercenary group are thrown into the Feywild, except you all seem to have been separated from your mercenary company and have landed in front of a small cottage. I say small cottage. It's got 3 floors. It's kind of a large cottage. It's a cottage. Outside at the front of the cottage is a 4'5", 4'6", something like that, puppet that is being held up by string off of an awning. It looks in your direction and says, "Who's there?"
Would
Me?
It me.
Do you say that?
Yeah. It's me.
All right, you say me, and the puppet's head turns to look at you and goes, "I see. Hold a moment, please." And then its head just drops, like it goes limp again. 20 seconds pass. 30 seconds pass.
We should probably go.
This is a long moment.
A minute passes.
We should probably go.
How long is a moment?
The puppet.
This long, and I hold out my arms.
That's not too long. It's pretty short.
The puppet's head clicks back up and goes, "Sorry, that moment was taking longer than expected. I am proceeding through the staircase at this moment. I'll be here in a countdown of 3, 2, 1." And then it dies. It seems to almost go limp again as an individual steps out. So, if you guys would like to entail Spire.
Oh.
I gotta get in there.
Yep,
Yep.
no worries. You've got plenty of time. I'm setting you guys on the board.
Ooga
Book.
chugga, ooga
Oh my
chugga,
God.
ooga chugga.
I can't stop this
Yeah.
Oh, I immediately jumped into the Finding Nemo. Ooh,
Oh.
Shark bait.
Oh.
And the board you'll be going towards is called Cottage.
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 Like the
There's
cheese.
gonna be some epic long name. The board you will be going toward is called Cottage.
Boogie Oogie Oogie. All the days is the name of the board. No,
We're
just kidding.
There you go. Perfect. I love it.
I don't have a good model for
Oh,
this
I'm
dude, so
still
I'm just gonna use
floating.
the most
do I
obviously
stop
evil looking
floating?
guy possible. No,
Rude. He's probably a nice gentleman. He's in the Feywild. How bad could he
Sure.
be?
you all see exiting from the cottage an individual wearing a dark robe, well-fitted robe. Seems to be a long-haired, black-haired elven male. He seems to be full-blooded elf and or fae in nature, as his ears are very pointy and go up much higher than any elves you've seen, including in like Frankia.
Does he
Kaliana,
look like the puppet?
Me?
he does not. Um,
Oh.
Kaliana and Melinda, you are able to recognize the shifting power of an archfey around him.
Oh,
His hair is
slowly to the group.
raven
Eyes
black.
wide.
Yeah, his hair is raven black. His outfit is not super elaborate, but it looks noble in nature. And he will walk out of his cottage and sort of just walk over to here and be like, "Hello, welcome to my humble abode. Do you happen to be individuals who teleported here?"
Yes.
Sure. Who's asking?
Wonderful. That means it's working.
Oh.
It is a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Verton. And
Hello, Verton.
you all seem to have a coin that is very important to me.
Well, I would give the coin back to its owner if I didn't need a way to get back out of the Feywild.
Oh dear, I'm not going to ask for it. I just want to see it. Allow me to perceive all sides of the coin. You may keep it in your hand if you wish. You need not hand it to me, give it to me, or grant it upon me or my estate in any way, shape, and or form. I merely wish to see it.
This sounds fishy. I guess I can like kind of peek it, but like not completely.
Yeah, he will put his hand sort of behind his back as he approaches. It seems like he is going to closely examine without touching the coin that you have. Are you going to allow him to do so?
I don't know, man. What should I do?
I think that it'll be fine.
Okay, I'll let him look at it, but I'm gonna like have like a tight little grasp on it too.
Yeah. He sort of leans in to look at one of the faces, then goes, "Can you please turn it around 180? I want to see the other face as well."
I still grasp it really tight.
Yeah.
But I turn it as I'm grasping it really tight.
Yeah.
What you doing?
He's getting his eye very close to it, like he's leaning very far into the coin.
I'm leaning back.
But he makes sure not to touch it in any way, shape, and or form. Melinda, did you actually say what you doing?
Yeah.
He will then lean back a little bit and go, just making sure that the coin is actually what I thought it was. You see, I was trained by an individual, and that coin was made by that individual. I have a little net up to make sure that anybody who uses said magic item to land anywhere near my particular plate ends up here instead of where they were aiming.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Rude.
As apologies, I can get you to where you want to go. Though, you were in the net for a little while. Can somebody please roll a d10 for me?
I'll roll it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
nice.
Or really bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, or really bad.
Yeah. Sorry, force a habit.
I give you the unfortunate news that
Oh, fuck.
you have sat in my net for a total of 9 Feywild years.
Oh, great.
So the location you're aiming for, is going to be a bit in the future from what you were probably expecting.
Well, it's
I
always in the
apologize.
future. It's never in the past.
Good way to look at it.
About that.
I did notice some individuals ricocheted off the shield away from the net, which does unfortunately mean that they have been in the Feywild for 9 years their time, while you have been
No.
Oh no.
sitting
Oh,
idle.
that's a big rip.
So I hope your friends are fine, and not of the mortal races that die so quickly. Would you all like to come in for some tea? It's already been 9 years. They can wait a little bit longer, surely.
Can Melinda? Can they wait? I don't know what's going on.
Dad, I have no idea what's happening anymore. It's been 9 years.
Wait, how long has it been not here?
I do not know the answer to that.
So
It
I have
could be.
several questions.
Yeah, his
It
eyes
could
sort of
be a few minutes.
shift
It
over.
could be 9 minutes.
His eyes sort of shift over and go. Time is completely different in the Feywild. You could pass an infinite amount of time here and show up a mere second after you teleported away from where you were. Or you could spend a week here and end up hundreds of years in the future.
Do we ever end up in the past?
No, not usually. Most of
So
that
there's a chance.
most of that time-based stuff is more Kronos' domain, and that immortal does not like to worry about the rules of teleportation between our plane and the material plane. He's more worried about the minute details of making sure time keeps going in one direction. So it's theoretically possible that you could end up before you teleported, but most likely not, as all planes continue to move forward separately based upon the rules of his existence.
That's a little
You
plain.
could always try to make a deal with him. Then you could end up wherever you want.
Ooh. Another god to make a deal with? Yes.
Oh, gods, no, not a god. Your filthy mortal divinities are nowhere near as powerful as him. No, he's an immortal, a being who embodies
Even
an
better.
entity.
Another immortal. Let's go.
So long as time exists, he must exist, or he is the rules of time.
Where could we find him? Do you know? Does anyone know?
That's more complicated. How's about we come in for some tea and have a conversation about what you're all doing here before I allow you to simply waltz off of my plate? But also we can talk about Kronos, should you wish. I have never personally met him, but I've heard many stories and ways to find him.
Melinda, do we have time?
I think we should
Mom.
be going. Also, I don't want to go into his house and drink his tea. uh, I think we will be going now, but thank you, Mr. What did you say your name was again?
Unfortunate.
Hmm.
Well, I was hoping we could have more of a conversation, but allow me to ask a question of you before I place you where you originally wanted to go. I will do so, I promise. What is your thoughts on the Court of Shadows?
I have no opinion on the Court of Shadows.
Really? Interesting. Alright. Then I suppose I have no reason to keep you here. I'll keep an eye on you. You all look interesting.
Okay.
Can we come back and visit him later?
Yeah, we can come back and visit him later.
His eyes shift over to you, Reg, and he goes, yes, you can. In fact, allow me to give you a more direct path to me. And he'll gesture out as a sort of silvered coin appears in his hand, and he goes, this will teleport you directly to my plate, my little piece of the Feywild. It'll make sure you end up here and nowhere else, even if other Archfey are meddling. And he reaches out to hand it to you.
Thanks, friend.
It is my pleasure, and I'm so glad to have more friends. Isn't that right? And he sort of looks back and you see the puppet animate again and go, friends are great! And then unanimate.
No thanks.
Melinda, what was his name? I wasn't paying attention.
I want to say it was Philandro, but I don't know if that was right or not.
He like overhears you guys talking, just smiles and goes, well then, I best be sending you along your way. My apologies for this little pit stop I forced you to have, and the time you have lost from your friends and allies. Unless they were chasing you, in which case they've got a 9-year head start into nothingness to chase you, which is absolutely hilarious to me. Could you imagine teleporting somewhere, you follow somebody, and they're just not there for 9 years? Oh, God. That would be a funny story. Hopefully it's that side. If not, I apologize. Have a wonderful trip.
Thanks.
Thanks. What was your name again?
Sorry, I was drinking water. I got hydrated by Kaz. Heckin'.
Oh.
Cave.
He looks over
Good
and
job.
goes,
Good job.
friends who can't even remember my name. Well, perhaps next time you
Well,
visit.
you know,
And he claps his
someone-
hands.
Ah.
You all feel strings
Ew.
suddenly attach and pull you away. You all get yanked up into the sky, yet again, thrown
Watch the
out of
wings.
the area. You are surrounded by fog and clouds.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then yanked down quickly. You're able to see a large canopy of a dead tree. Just massive branches that have no leaves on them. As you shoot down and through that canopy, down further to where living trees grow and are slightly more normal sized, but are still fairly tall, you crash
My
into a
God.
part of the forest. The massive, dead tree of seasons just looming overhead, covering the sky. But without its leaves, it's not like the home you had left, Cal or Melinda.
Oh,
Melinda, you have seen this sight before, though, in visions. It seems as if the tree is currently dead, or at least not blooming in any of the 4 available seasons. You guys land in the middle of the frickin' forest. Except Caliana, you knew where you were gonna land. And you know where that village was.
I do.
You also know most of the local wildlife around this area. So you can totally lead your friends wherever you want to lead them to.
We're going to the owl bears.
Owl bears.
Alright. Do you tell your friends you're taking them to go see owl bears?
Yep.
Alright.
Are they friendly owl bears?
They're my family.
Oh, okay.
You head deeper into the woods through a sort of like a river location out to an open valley and then down into a cavern. You hear the shuffling of large creatures inside this cavern. Big thumping paws against stone floor. What would you like to do? Everybody. not just Cal, but everybody. You hear very large creatures farther in the cave.
I'd like to call out to them.
What?
Alright.
Melinda's gonna hide in Cal's hair.
Okay, so Mai goes with freaking stealth mode. Melinda, if you want to hide, you want to give me a stealth as well.
Oh, okay.
And another important thing, Melinda, are you making everybody invisible, or are you gonna just make a few people invisible? Or nobody invisible?
I was gonna make myself invisible.
Sure. Then if you'd like to roll another stealth check, because you would have advantage.
I almost forgot how to spell stealth,
Nice.
even though I
Oh.
just spelled it. Hey, yo!
Hey.
Okay. Caliana,
I'm,
you call out. Ooh,
Oh, what's
Rigel?
Rigel?
Yes?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'll be on Sid.
Okay. Caliana, what are you calling out exactly? What are you saying?
I guess like just doing some sort of owl bear call.
Just start
Sure.
hooting.
Yeah, whatever noise they make.
Sure. You make some noise to attempt to get
Dude.
their attention. And you all hear the loud thudding as a creature is coming towards the entrance of the cave. You see coming out of the shadows the large form of an owl bear. Part owl, part bear. A lot of muscle, and looks like a lot of wounds that have healed over time. Caliana, A few of these wounds are new, but you do recognize this owlbear as being effectively a younger brother at the time, but time must have passed since then, and he has grown quite large.
Oh boy. It's baby boo boo.
He pauses for a moment, looking you over. Makes a short little whistle noise. You can tell he's breathing in, taking a whiff of the area around him and sort of scanning and looking around, and sees Rigel upon a dragon and shifts to sort of like on guard against Rigel, but begins to sort of plod or like continue shifting to keep away from Rigel but move closer to you, Kaliana.
I give him a little pat and I go, "It's okay, these are my friends."
And he allows you to do so. He still seems a little on guard, but he'll sit down. He sort of just plops his butt down, still on his front legs. His head turns unnaturally, almost doing that owl thing where it just twists like halfway around. And then he'll pull you in for a bear hug. He'll put his like big paw around you and pull you closer.
No,
Baby boo boo.
He gives a little hoot, a little and then begins to speak, as you hear, and anybody who speaks Sylvan hears. It's been a while.
Yeah, I ran into some issues and ended up not in the Feywild. But I made some good friends, and now I'm back, and I'm making sure everybody's okay.
Rigel, yes, it is basic enough that if you were learning from Melinda, you would understand. He is speaking like a beast who knows a language. Like, he's also not super fluent in it, and is very much just like
I feel that.
using the basics. Like you guys have both had the same level of course introduction to the language, if that makes
Went
sense.
down here teaching the beast.
Just like me.
Me,
for real.
Rigel. Me, Owlbear.
and he'll go, yeah, the autumn angry, autumn mean. And he like puts his paw up to his head, and you see like one of the scars that he just runs
no.
his paw across.
I'll pat his little scar. Can I heal it a little bit?
Yeah, you're able to sort of like mend a little bit of it. And he sort of like gives a little bit of a nod, and still has that hooting purr, the little like coo almost that birds do as you give him some more pats. And he'll go, some have moved. I stayed here this mine now. This mine now. Want to see?
Yeah.
And he gives a nod and begins to shuffle further into the cavern. For those of you who don't speak Sylvan, and by that I mean you basically just saw somebody very casually and with your absurd insight, it seems the owlbear is friendly towards anybody Kaliana is currently being friendly towards. So you're fine, probably.
Bye.
Saying himself and following behind.
Yeah. And he will lead you further into the cavern. And further into the cavern, you are able to see another sort of mid-sized owlbear and a few cubs running around.
Aww.
And he'll go, family now? Other family move. Different caves. But around.
Are they all doing okay?
Dad, no. Dad gone.
No!
No.
He sort of puts his paw on your back and gives you a pat this time, and it goes,
No.
Mom's good, though. Growing old.
Oh. I'll have to check on Mom.
Hmm.
Also,
Family
I'll visit my
growing.
new sister-in-law. And I'll be like, nice to meet you, sister-in-law.
Yeah, and when her head sort of flips up to look at all of you, once again turning unnaturally to look at you guys. I say unnaturally, like an owl. Technically, that's naturally, but like an owl, it sort of flips up to look at you all, and like squints for a moment, and then its eyes go wide, and it like starts to take a couple steps back, and then you hear just the coo come from the brother, and she seems to calm down and continue to just let the cubs move around. But she does not seem to speak.
That's fair, that's fair.
But she does allow you to come closer and will allow you with some resistance to pet and or hang out with the cubs as well. There is a slight moment of like standing up and like sizing you up as you get closer to them, but then it's like, all right, fine, and calms back down. So you guys are able to approach the owlbear cubs if you guys would like.
I will pat one on the head.
Yeah. It has no idea what you are, who you are, and for a second it tries to nip at you, but then enjoys the pets.
Oh good, oh good. My niece and nephews.
The owlbear brother will sort of step back towards you and go, visiting for reason?
Yeah, we heard there's some issues here, and we're investigating and going to try and help.
Yes. Mm. Men in gray and black. Mean to all?
Hmm. They are.
What are you doing over there?
Melinda.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ragma making noises.
I was like, what's going on over there?
For a second, I was curious, but I heard it
Sorry.
again, and I looked up. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's pinging from Melinda."
Sorry.
Fidgeting with loud stuff as usual.
It's just my keyboard cleaner. It's got a little brush thing on it that clicks. Satisfying.
That's all good.
But yeah, he'll go. Fought few. They mean two. Easier to kill though. Not as delicious though. And like gestures over,
yeah.
and you see two different piles of bones.
Oh, gross. Yeah, I wouldn't assume they taste very good.
Mm-hmm. Autumn tastes better.
Yeah, I can imagine there's got to be a little bit of a spiced, latte taste to it or something.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Little fourth wall break. Well, I probably should get. I need to go check on Solara too.
The lady, nice. Lady around. Lady moved. I show you, lady.
Oh, okay.
Lady moved when gray and black people came. I show.
Okay, that would be very helpful.
And he sort
Maybe
of looks
she'll
over.
have more.
Yeah, and he looks over at his mate and sort of like makes a few noises, owlbear noises, non learnable language, but you're able to understand. Basically, telling her, "Hey, I'll be back." as he will set out of the cave.
Honestly, that part was great in that movie.
Yeah, that owlbear
Uh,
just freaking destroying the
yeah.
red mage of Thay. Yes. Okay, so
Okay, lead the way.
if you follow along with, hang on, let me bring up my OneNote here real quick, because I have notes that I have to go and look at. Oh, Kaliana. So you're talking about Shalara, the Winter Eladrin who originally had a home in the village. The old lady that helped you, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure. Yes. So you are taken sort of towards the village, but then curved off a little bit. And you're able to see a small little winterized home. There's freshly packed snow on the ground, but there hasn't been snow here since you guys have got here. There's little bits of snow dangling off of the house and icicles. It looks like you guys suddenly walked into like a snowy Christmas home as you guys walk up to the front. And in fact, as soon as you step onto the snow, it's cold. The weather changes completely just by being near this house. You are able to see, and Melinda, you're able to pin this very quickly. She has a few crystals hanging outside of her house, which are probably what's influencing the weather around here. Depending on what season people are, they like to put out specific crystals. So every district in the City of Seasons actually feels like that season, right? So if you're in the winter district, it's like always cold and gloomy. If you're in the if you're in the spring district, it's always spring. And these little like fey crystals are what actually cause that effect. So she must have gotten some from the major city, or made them herself if she's a magic user. But as soon as you guys approach and get onto the cold ground with Brother Owlbear,
Brother
the the door opens as a very old Winter Eladrin, just scraggly, sort of whites and blue leaf hair, hunched over. Elves don't usually get old looking. They generally look like, when they're their oldest possible, they still look kind of just middle-aged at most. It looks like this lady has actually become an old woman human style, but is still an elf, which is just an oddity. Seeing an elf that actually looks old is weird. But she will head out of her door and sort of look over and go, "Oh, yes, it is you again. You brought friends who... Oh, is that... Kaliana? Is that you?"
Boy, you're looking old.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, sometimes you need to put on a bit of a show. You see, if I look like this, it's a lot easier to kill off those, Court of Shadow people. Come in. And she will head into her little home.
Come on, she's nice.
Okay.
As you all head in, hopefully, who's heading in? Who's following? Is everybody going in with?
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So as soon as you step into the doorway, her form has changed. She now looks like a proper elf of old age, in that she doesn't look old at all anymore. Standing upright, you can see that At the time, you probably weren't close enough to see this, but most likely that form was just an illusion. So if you were within, your range, you probably could have just seen through it. She's got a short sword on one hip, and what seems to be vials of something on the other hip. It looks like she's got something of an alchemy-esque lab in a portion of her building.
Ooh.
It is still kind of cold in here, but she gestures towards the fireplace, and it catches fire and lights back up. She goes, "My apologies that my house is so cold. I'm used to keeping it cold, winter ladron and all. But the heat will start to permeate, and it will make sure you're all nice and warm. Welcome to the Feywild. I assume most of you haven't been here before, except maybe you two?" Looking at Melinda and Caliana, of course.
Oh yeah, you know me.
Hi, I've been here before. Yes. I like
Wonderful.
your can I go check out your beakers and your stuff? What you got? What you got over here?
Of course, of course. Head on over. You can examine it. Give it an investigation. See if you can figure it out on your own first. As for the rest of you, so yeah, if you'd like to roll a d20 for me, please. And what we're going to be adding is your proficiency modifier, which is just everybody else's. So we're going to add +4 +4. So you add
Oh.
d20 needs to be 1. Yeah, there you go.
Yay!
Yeah. So
Damn.
19 plus 8. So yeah, as you look at it, she seems to be brewing a special type of tea. You're not sure what one of the leaves are that's in it, but the rest of the leaves are very much built around making a very flavorful and delicious tea that is poisonous to basically everything ever.
Huzzah!
This tea that is being brewed in the beakers is inedible by everyone ever. Unless somebody is completely immune to poison, they would probably die fairly quickly. It is heavily concentrated, and one of the leaves that is in it, you don't know what it is, even with that high of a roll.
Whoa!
But it might also be just because it's been brewing for so long that that leaf is now unidentifiable, which might have ruined your chances of learning what that was, just because it basically got ruined. It's been brewing for a while. But whatever is being brewed here is definitely highly poisonous to everybody.
Oh boy!
So, welcome all. If you're all friends of Caliana, I'm greatly appreciative. We've known each other for a while, since she was a youngin'.
Mhm.
I tried to be helpful in teaching her some of the more druidic natures. Hopefully you're still keeping up on that.
I am.
Wonderful. Should I get all of you some tea, drinks, food, perhaps?
Yes, please.
I'll get right to that. And she turns around and walks over towards her kitchen, not towards the alchemy lab, and puts some special tea leaves into a few cups, and seems to be, like brewing in individual cups for everybody. Do any of you not like any particular flavor types?
You know what I like?
No bitter, please.
I'm good with whatever.
All right. Then I'll brew
I would like some blue.
special for most of you. And you, dear? Gesturing in the general direction of Mai.
No spicy, please.
Of course.
Spicy.
Not a worry. You don't want your tea like I
Oh.
drink it. Understood.
Have you ever had
Mai's more
spicy
worried about the fact that she was still kind of stealthy and she knew that she was there.
Mhm. My couple of
Gosh.
things. One, this house has a bunch of different magic runes all over it. They seem random at first, but then you notice like a detection trap, and you notice an activatable like attack spell, but like has a code word to it or something special to it. Like you get the basics of what each of these magic things do, and they're just kind of everywhere. You see like a cup that has fireball attached to it on a ward. So if somebody moves that cup, it literally just explodes as if fireball had been cast. It seems like she has trapped her house drastically. However, she's specifically moving you guys around to specific locations so that you don't touch or get near any of those things. Like she's gesturing for you guys to go and sit. She was making sure you guys go to the fireplace, which has like no traps around it. She's very much directing everybody where to go as she's moving about the house.
Mai's just gonna be also extra sure that she doesn't touch any of the traps.
Not a worry. Alright, the tea will take a while to brew. How have you been? Looking over at Kalyana.
Yeah, it's very good. I've made some new friends. These guys are all my friends, and but I did end up going to the material plane, so that wasn't. It was a little crazy at first, but then learning everything. But these guys helped me out, and now we're here to figure out what's going on.
Amazing. I see you've changed quite a bit.
Yes. Now I'm all tentacly.
Heavily unexpected. Are you still a druid?
In a sense, yes. Yeah. I can
As
show
long
off
as
a little druidy power.
yeah, as long as you've kept your attachment with nature, then I'm glad to see you're well, and I'm glad to see you have friends. Some of you are very interesting. I did not expect a dragon to come walking into my abode, but alas, apparently there is one.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. It is my pleasure. Now, some ground rules as the tea finishes brewing. Make sure you stay around the fireplace as much as possible, with the exception of the alchemy area. Looking over towards Melinda, who's probably still looking through all the stuff there. As
Maybe
both of
I'd
these,
look up wide-eyed. What?
as both of those locations are considered safe, my home is not, generally speaking, a safe place for visitors due to the recent activities. The Court of Shadows has shown up on the season's plate, and defenses needed to be brought to order. So I'll make sure nothing goes off. I'll make sure nothing hurts any of you. Just try to stick to the locations I ask you to, please. Are you all here about the Court of Shadows?
I'm gonna tear myself away from the alchemy station and come sit.
I guess.
Yeah, we are here. Uh, we were coming to lend a hand, but apparently it's been 9 years because of the shenanigans. What can you tell us a little bit about what's happened in the last 9 years?
Sure. It shouldn't be too hard. From what I know and what I have been told, a few major events have occurred. Everywhere outside of the city is effectively under the Court of Shadows, with the exception of a few holdouts, such as myself, who are protecting themselves in independent ways. A group arrived actually about 9 years ago, and she like turns and walks back over towards the kitchen as she begins to grab the different teacups and put them onto a platter, and seems to be thinking. A group recently had arrived 9 years ago. A group led by a few different individuals, differing Fey ancestries. They have set up a base as well, outside. They're a part of the holdouts. I hear they've been doing quite well for themselves, actually. Turns out raiding supply lines of the Court of Shadows is quite easy. Perhaps they were just not prepared for such a long siege, and so taking the supplies from them is simple. Following their arrival and subsequent setup, the Court of Shadows has had problems in the siege of the... Hang on, what side did they land on? Hold on.
Just so we're clear, I can probably assume that this is my mercenary group.
Most likely. That would be a pretty good assumption. Okay, so hang on. You guys would have teleported on the 19th of Winter 2. That's gonna be weird because now it's Feywild time. So 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus. They landed on... It was Summerside. Yeah, it would have been Summerside.
Oh, summer?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So they landed on that side, but they landed outside of the city. So they landed sort of outside of the siege, right? So you have to cross the siege border and then get past the walls to get into the city. However, they've been disrupting supply lines for the Court of Shadows on that side. So Summer's side hasn't been quite as barraged as some of the others because supplies keep going missing, and or troops that are incoming suddenly are no longer incoming. From the news, it seems like your mercenary group is doing pretty well. They have stood out, and they have hung on for the 9 years that have existed by doing sort of hit and run tactics mixed with like guerrilla warfare, having hidden like outposts. They've had time to build and set this up at this point. So the 9 years were not spent idly by your crew. And because they've had 9 years, they actually have a very large setup at this point. To the point that for the Court of Shadows trying to move supplies or people on that district side, it's probably like being sentenced to go to like Vietnam at that point, right? Like the trees are speaking Melinda's mercenary group, right? Like the trees are speaking Sylvan, and it's not good. They have had a lot of time to set up, and the Court of Shadows can't seem to siege the city and take care of any problems outside of what's, within close range. It also seems as though during the barrages, Winter's side was able to attack outwards and were able to break the siege twice before pulling back in.
Yay.
So it seems as if Winter still has the power to very much just wipe them out and then pull back into the safety. And then once the siege started again, they went back out to go and break all their siege stuff and then came back in. They're not keeping their forces outside long enough to be taken out, but they are doing enough damage to the Court of Shadows that, like, they can't maintain their shots on the walls. Spring is in the worst shape. Spring is, unfortunately, they have breaks in their walls. They have, they're very much like in patch duty. With every break and shift, more thorns and thistle, and it's being defended, but things haven't been looking good for the past few years. The first few were fine because everything seemed reinforced by the thistle and the trees that had begun growing through the walls, and like it was a defensible structure. Unfortunately, it seems like nobody's allowed to go out and actually defend this structure. So although it can grow to fix itself, it's not growing fast enough. And so breaches are appearing and then trying to seal themselves, and sometimes troops get through and they have to fight inside of the city. It seems like it's not going great on Spring's side. And worse, it's still walled off from the other quarters. So Spring still is blocking itself off not only from the outside, but also from the other districts inside. So news is not really going in and out beyond, hey, we saw troops that were enemies go in, and as of right now, the Court of Shadows doesn't seem to be in control, so they probably defended, but nobody knows the situation inside of Spring's quarter. And then Autumn is just keeping things going. Autumn seems to be defending okay, as well as is using some of its magical forces to like try to just enhance and defend. It seems as if when it comes to the different sides, Summer's doing okay because the Court of Shadows can't get supplies there. Winter just keeps fucking dabbing on the Court of Shadows. Spring Quarter is in horrible shape, but nobody knows what's going on inside the quarter, so who the hell knows? And Autumn seems the most like actual normal siege that's been going on. However, they're probably being supplied with food and stuff either by their own interior, because like the city was self-reliant anyways. Every quarter grew its own type of food, and you know, like they could supply themselves for a very long time. It's just they're probably all kind of running low at this point.
While we're sitting here, can I sense like who is still in the running for the tree?
Sure.
Like, has there been a lot of like
Yeah, so
knockouts?
Now that you're here and are able to focus on the power of the tree, that's literally the canopy above your guys' head. Well, I mean, it's above the canopy that's above your guys' head. It's the canopy above the canopy, but whatever. There's normal trees above you, and then there's the Tree of Seasons, 100 miles above that. But as you focus on the power of the tree, you're able to see that sort of bracket, that sort of shifting lights through the roots of the tree, rushing to get to that center light. As you can see, quite a few remain, but as of your last vision, nearly 2/3 of the running have been taken out.
Whoa.
Damn.
There still seems to be quite a few members that are in this fight, but unlike that first vision you had when it was like, hey, get over here, 2/3 of those lights are just gone. They're just wiped.
Can I tell if the Autumn guy is still in the running? The Autumn barbarian dude?
When you got your powers that gave you that 30-foot aura of illusion, you moved up the bracket, which means he would no longer be in the bracket.
Okay.
So he would have died quite a while ago, and or been taken
Beaten.
out of the... Yeah. He could have given it up to somebody, he could have,
Rip.
Yeah. But he was going to the Court of Shadows, so...
Probably did.
Big Sag.
Highly
in peace.
probable.
The liar's name is super dead now.
No, it wasn't given to the barbarian. It was given to the barbarian's brother.
I know, but if the barbarian is dead, the brother is probably also dead.
That is true.
Unless the court
Possible.
only cared about the barbarian.
Or they just killed the whole group.
Yeah.
No survivors.
Mhm. So yeah, it seems as if competition has been fierce. Fierce enough to take out 2/3 of the running.
In 9 years.
Yeah, in 9 years.
Yeah.
You are all given your tea during this conversation, and everybody's tea tastes a little bit different.
Oh.
Everybody's tea is sort of towards their preferences. Whether that's sweet tea or spicy tea or everything's just a little bit different, just a little bit tuned towards what you would have preferred, or what your character would have preferred. Not you specifically. I don't care about you, but what your character prefer.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you. You guys suck. I mean, freaking players. It's like that thing where it goes, so I just killed my players for the first time today. Do you mean characters? Do you mean characters?
DM's like, no.
Nope. I killed my players today. But yeah, during this conversation about stuff, you guys would have been given your teas, and they're all delicious.
Nom nummy. I missed the flavor.
I'm glad you've made it back.
Me?
I've heard of some horrible fights going on both inside and outside of the city. Apparently people are just killing each other or something. It's very odd.
Sounds barbaric.
Yeah, kind of. I hope that if any of you get into that, you do so carefully.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with some sort of plan here.
What is your plan, by the way? You came to visit, and are you going to fight the Court of Shadows? You plan on reuniting with friends, going into the city?
Well, I was just checking on everybody first, the owlbears, and then you. But I don't know if we came up with a concrete plan of action for how to handle this situation.
I'm just thinking, friendly reminder, the owlbear's just chilling in the foyer. He's just like,
Oh!
he's got a little teacup attached to his beak
Oh!
at this point.
Oh, good.
He's got one of
Well-
those little, he dumped tea into one of those little hamster things.
Yeah. If you would like assistance, and I can be of assistance, I will gladly help you all.
Bear.
Bear.
In the big blue house.
Oh, I never watched that show, but I.
Oh,
like
it's
him.
fantastic.
It is pretty good.
The freaking goodbye song. Oh,
Yeah. If I can be of assistance, I will gladly help.
So first we just need to make our rounds. Just need to check on our people.
Mhm.
Make sure they're okay. And it's, I don't know, Caliana, do you have more people you need to check on?
Well, I'd like to check on who's the dead one? I forgot. Was it Dad that died or Mom that died?
It was Dad died.
Dad died. Okay, thank you. Well, I gotta check on Mom. But I can kind of do that at my own leisure as well. Like if we're camping somewhere, I can always just try and check on her, and like when everybody's rested and stuff, or in between times. So
Yeah. Yeah, the elf who only needs a 4-hour rest can just like take that 4 hours and then use the other couple to go and check on other things.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So I'll be like, I'll visit the rest of my families around all those times. It was just making sure that these two are that everybody's for sure okay. So
yeah. What is the plan for the crew? What are you guys gonna do next? Where are you going?
that is a good
Do you
question.
have plans?
Do we even have a plan?
So I'll just lay it out so that way you guys know what my plans were. I would like to go check on my mom and dad,
Yes.
and then I would also like to go and check in with the king of spring and introduce / tell him that Kaliana is okay, and see what his next orders are, because I haven't checked in with him in a long time and my
I'm
orders were to
sorry.
protect Kaliana, but now the things have changed. So
So how does he even know who I am?
Reasons.
he didn't actually know who you were, hence the introduction. He
Oh,
just knew about the tournament thing for the spring, and then he wanted me to protect you.
this is
Specifically,
pretty
the
sus.
Chancellor did, not the king himself. The Chancellor.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's pretty sus. How does the Chancellor know me?
Ooh.
I don't know anybody in this realm except.
I don't know
Well, that's
anybody in
very
this
rude
realm.
to your
Takes
adopted
us
mother.
to an
Oh,
owlbear.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I meant no. I don't know anybody outside of the forest and this one village.
Your brother looks over at you. Aw, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Kaliana's over there burning all the bridges.
No.
Oh yeah, that's my plans.
Where's your mom and dad?
Uh, Definitely, probably in the spring area.
Yeah, they're not doing very good.
Springtown. Yeah.
Yes.
The longer we're here and the more things I hear about how everyone's doing, the more I'm getting worried.
Yeah, I think it's best if we try and set off with it, especially as having a plan in place
Mhm.
and setting off as quickly as possible.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my plans. If you guys have ideas on which to effectively accomplish those goals, and or we also need to go freaking check on the freaking mercenaries when we're done with all that.
Ah!
Uh,
So much to do here.
yeah. You see why I was kind of trying to postpone coming home?
I see now.
Eh,
And now you postponed it for 9 years.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
further
that's-
past postponed.
yeah.
You know what? I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And you guys can talk about what you plan on doing while I go to the bathroom. You figure out what you guys want to do first. I can still kind of hear you guys, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
You guys
just kind of
wanna-
talk really loud.
Yeah, yes. Yes, for sure. It's totally the loudness that matters when I'm wearing a Wi-Fi headset that I can totally just hear normally. Yeah, so I will be back in a moment. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. If you guys want to go to the bathroom, we can just take a break. But
It's okay.
Hopefully.
Potato's already in the bathroom.
Hopefully, you guys
Rude.
can figure out what you want to do first. Where are we going first? Who are we breaking first? But I'll be right back.
Who are we breaking? Who are we breaking? Well, probably your parents.
Yeah.
But then the question is, how hard is it going to be to go through that whole place?
Right. I don't know what kind of actual condition it's in, if they've broken through the walls at any point yet. And I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm fairly certain we could stealth through.
Yeah, probably stealth is the best action. At least to get to your
Yeah.
parents. And then if we have to kill some people on the way.
Freaking murder my neighbors.
I never liked you anyway. Hmm. Yeah, probably stealth is best. If Rigel would come back and give his what? Press the mute button? Oh, okay. He's like, press the mute button. I'm like, what? He wasn't going to the bathroom, he was getting food.
Rude.
Food?
Did you bring some for the class then?
Did you bring some for the class?
I have some Doritos.
Are they
There's
regular
spicy
Doritos?
Doritos, spicy
Oh.
Doritos,
Oh.
and
I have one.
Baja
Doritos.
Blast,
Can I have
like
one
spicy.
Better
spicy
share.
Dorito?
and I have a ton of jelly beans.
I
Can
like
I
how
have
I have
a red jelly bean?
I like that. I have a ton of jelly beans.
Jelly bean.
Jelly
Can
beans.
I have a red jelly bean, please?
Which red? There's lots of red.
Ooh, there's a lot of jelly beans.
A red. Thank you.
Ooh.
So have we actually decided on a plan?
Hey,
Because
please.
I like being sneaky. We can try being sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
I
sneaky
don't like
we
that
can
red
be.
jelly
But
bean.
which one was it?
I don't know. But I think that's the best
Even-
course, at least for the first part, and then the second part, we can reconvene at your parents' place and decide after that.
So,
Yeah.
okay. If you are thinking of trying to sneak, just be informed. The best way to sneak would probably be then to join the Court of Shadows for the sake of the attack, because it's like like it's being sieged, right? So you have to cross the siege line, which is like a place that has trebuchets and like troops that are like preparing to go through open territory up to the walls of the city, and then get through the holes in the walls of the city. So at night, maybe, but it's probably under surveillance the entire time by a bunch of people. So just like a warning. I know you can go invisible. I know you have really high stealth for a lot of you guys. Just as a like preemptive warning, it is gonna be kind of out in the open, and if a high level individual happens to be on the siege side and they spot you, could turn interesting real fast. Mostly because you'd be on the opposite side of all their siege weapons. But you could totally try that, and I know your guys' stealth is really high. I just, want to give a preemptive warning. Just in case things don't go right. As a DM, I don't want you to jump into something that you're like, oh yeah, 100% sure case. Totally just stealth right in. Just be warned. There are high-level individuals on the Court of Shadows side, and it's completely possible that they will possibly be there. But, yeah, guess I'll
It's
die.
called a trebucket.
True. You guys want to go hop into a trebucket? You can certainly try.
I guess. Can't say I thought this was gonna go this direction. But Excuse me.
This is more or less what I expected.
So,
But how is Shalara willing to help us?
however she can. What is if your plan is to get into the city, she says she won't be able to help too much with getting in to the city. She has ways to help you guys. Well, she'll just outright sort of go into one of her closets and show you guys. She does have the uniforms for the Court of Shadows available.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys wanted to dress up and like act like members of that and then sneak up to try to enter the barbed walls, you could try that. However, she doesn't know how to get past. If you're planning on breaking into Spring specifically to get into that district, she has no idea how to get rid of any of the briar or thistle that's already there. So it is going to take a little bit of survivally, nature shenanigans to get through, but it is possible. And if you all look like you're, Court of Shadows, it might be less likely that you get spotted and or tracked down, that kind of thing.
That could be a good route too.
Espionage.
You could also try to get in from a different side and try to break into Spring via interior of the town rather than exterior. Rather than going through the siege that direction, you could go like on Winter's side and like wait for them to attack, or you could go on Summer's side because they're already in disarray and will probably be happy to get any troops to help them at this point. To then get into the city, and then you can try to break into Spring's area from inside the city. But that has its own problems of you'll be inside the city and there's a bunch of competitors there for your thing, Melinda.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a shit show. You got which shit show would you guys prefer to try? And of course, if you can think of other ideas or other plans, totally go with that. I'm just giving a bunch of random plan options. Like, I'm giving you the multiple choice options, but there is an E write in your own option on this multiple choice.
Write in your own option.
Write in your own candidate.
Oh, we got a typer. He's typing away back there. Yeah, I'm okay with the cosplay too.
Okay. Cosplay it is.
Okay.
We gotta continue typer.
So you'll take
if we don't want to cosplay. Yeah. I don't know what would be.
The big thing is that okay, do we want to get chased down by Feywild people who want to knock me out of the Tree of Seasons tournament thingy? Or do we want to potentially get caught by the Shadow Fey peoples and get absolutely murked?
Die or
potentially.
Die?
Yeah.
How would you prefer to die today?
Yeah.
I'd prefer to be maimed.
Yeah.
Die or die is what I got out of that too.
But what if we check up with the group first?
Yeah, where are they?
They're on the Summer side. Maybe we do that then. Maybe we go check on Bella and them.
Because maybe they can help us get in too.
Yeah, that's true. They probably have a good route and all that. But we should probably take the costumes with us just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Since we're
Teamwork.
having some success.
Okie dokie. It's not too hard to do. So you'll take the uniforms just in case. And you follow that up by then leaving this little portion, this little village area, and heading over towards the
Thank you for
summer.
the tea.
Yeah, big hug.
Of course, it was not a problem at all. As you head over to the summer district side of the forest, and begin searching for your allies, I would like for an investigation roll from my Melinda. I think that's it. I think you two are the best options here. This is military action, but it's military action. It's military action and like Feywildy shenanigans, so it's not quite Rigel's wheelhouse. But Mai is also just like super perceptive, so it makes sense for Mai to be able to check. Okay, cool. So Mai, you are able to catch the bits and pieces. You're able to see the writing in the trees, right? You're able to find locations, but you can't find like a major stopping point. So as you begin to sort of look through and find a region that is like very obviously meant for an ambush, and you find a region past that, and then an arrow whizzes past you all
No.
as you hear a voice go, "Oh shit, is that you?"
Hi, it's me.
Yeah, boy.
Right. Our apologies. Hold a moment. Don't walk any farther forward. Although your friend has been tracking us pretty well, so I'm guessing she already sees the trap. And yes, there's a like foot trap just a little ways ahead of you that you had seen like a mile back. um, it's that moment where you purposefully walk into a trap so that you can get caught by the people, but in this case, the people are your friends. As members of the mercenary group step forward, and the individual, hang on, where are they? There you go. You see a large, very well built Eladrin male, like muscle man, steps out and goes, "Well, if it isn't our good friends, how's our captain doing?" As you notice, Spike Thornbush is the individual who is currently talking to you.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on. I might be getting mixed up here. Spike, Legend, Spike. Okay, no, Barbarian. Okay, I
Very
was
large
thinking
barbarian
of-
who's
Okay.
yeah, very large barbarian who speaks with a pompous British accent is how I had labeled him.
Hi, Spike. How are you?
Well, we're doing all right. If it wasn't for the fact that we've been here for 9 years and you got caught in something.
Yeah, that was Philandro, Vandro. I don't know.
I'd never heard of it, but we were able to tell
Yep.
that you guys got caught by something, and seeing as we didn't know how long it would take, we decided to take care of business on our own. We landed near the village that I assume is what we were aiming for, and looks over at Kaliana. But we found a better place to lay our own little siege on the siege. Turns out it's really hard for them to track us through this part of the forest. We think that Summer, because she went missing, her magic is just kind of permeating around here, and so something about it is hiding us. Something about it is hiding us from the Corda Shadow people, the people wearing all the black armor and shit. Real easy to kill.
Mhm.
I can't seem to quite track us using magical means. My guess is this whole region is something wacky, but I'm not a mage, so like, I don't know.
I missed you, Spike.
I have also missed you. Though not having you as a commanding officer, gotta be honest, has been a little wonky. But also, it's
Sorry.
been all right. Don't worry about it. We've handled ourselves plenty while you were gone doing whatever it is the very scary Chancellor man told you to go do. So we've made do without you yet again. Let's just go to one of the camps. Come with me. Come with me. I'll show you to one of our locations.
I'm gonna go sit on my usual spot on his shoulder and go, oh, by the way, these are my friends. This is Kaliana, this is Rigel, and this is Mai. And this is, I don't know how to introduce. This is Sid.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. The whole mercenary group knows your friends. Everybody knows your peoples.
Yeah, but you didn't get formally introduced, and I keep smacking him in the ear.
It's fine. It's fine. Hello, everybody. My name is Spike Thornbush. Pleasure to meet you all. I am the big angry barbarian friend. If something needs to be smashed, I do it quite proficiently. So,
Hulk smash.
don't know who that is, but sure.
He doesn't watch a lot of plays.
Oh.
We're all gonna go to one of our little sub camps that we have. I believe currently Benji's the only one who's in, so beyond the mercenary members, it won't be super helpful for you. I apologize. But Bella should be back soon, so we have that going for us. And he will take you guys to the first camp, which is indeed sort of makeshift inside of a cavern system. It must have been built after the fact, and then you can see that there's different tunnels built away from it and around it. They have very much been like building their own little Vietnam-esque underground tunnel bunkers, just preparing and fighting. There's a bunch of supplies all over the place down here, marked with the Court of Shadows icon on it, that they probably stole from the different supply caravans. And he brings you guys down to a sort of central lobby / barracks area. And you do indeed see that Benji is chilling, talking with a few of the other miscellaneous Feywild mercenary group members that are here. So, do we have a plan? Now that our commander is back.
I miss hearing that word. Okay. Need to check on family members inside Spring, and we also need to check in with the Chancellor. I know you guys don't really know anything about the deal that was made, but essentially I just need to take her, pointing at Kaliana, and bring her into to check her in with the Spring Court.
I don't know, it's pretty sus, man.
All right. That's not a problem, I guess. The bigger problem is going to be getting into the Spring Court area.
We have these. I gesture towards. I assume Kellyanne is holding them.
What am I holding?
The disguises.
Cosplays.
Oh yeah. Yes, I am.
You check your bag, girl.
Those will indeed be useful. We've used those to ambush quite a few people, although that outfit there looks like an officer's uniform. And he points out one particular outfit, which to you guys, who don't know any quarter season stuff and haven't been fighting them for 9 years, can't really tell the difference between the uniforms until he points it out. And then you're able to catch the differences immediately after he says that. You can see, like, the different hem sizings. You can see there's a slight color difference between a portion of the outfit, the uniform. Even with your high investigation, unless you purposefully wanted to look through the uniforms, you would not have noticed it. It's that level of, like, minute detail. And he goes, but it is missing the gold symbol. I think we have one. And he turns around and heads towards a couple of boxes while, like, leaning over, saying back to you guys, normally it has an icon on it. We have one on hand, but the uniform got utterly destroyed. So I guess now we have both parts required. And he pulls out a little, like a lapel medallion, I guess, specifically meant to sort of sit on a part of the lapel. Normally they have one of these, as he'll reach out to hand it to you guys. If you wear that outfit with that, you'll effectively look like an officer. And as long as no other officers see you, chances are you can kind of just tell them what to do. We haven't gotten lucky enough to get that yet. Also, be careful of the officers. They will 100% know you're not a part of that group. We got lucky twice during raids so far. There was no officers on hand, so we put that on our normal outfit, and they didn't notice for far too long. So with the proper outfit and that, there's no way non-officers are going to notice that you are not an officer. Of course, you only have one, and we only have one, so... Or sorry, we only have one medallion for it, and you only had the one outfit, so that makes one complete officer, and the rest are all basic outfits. Most of ours get ruined. Those look very well maintained. I'm not sure how you got them, unless you got them directly from, like, outfit supplies.
It's pretty sus on my side. How did she get that? But I vote for Melinda.
What?
Seeing as you already have experience with this commanding stuff.
I don't know if it's gonna shrink to my size enough, but we can try it.
Unlike the normal outfits for the cosplay, the officer's outfit is the only one that is considered a magical item, so it would resize.
Hey.
Yo.
The medallion is going to look hilarious on a fairy, but it will fit you.
Hey yo.
Even worse than that, Raylan. It would be like
This is the best I could find out a GIF.
I was gonna say, can you find Sky High Baby?
Oh yeah.
Sky.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be easy to pop up on here. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh damn, that doesn't work. Basically, imagine somebody being babified and still being in their like full-grown clothes. That's pretty good. But yes, the officer's uniform is considered magical in nature. It will resize. It is not an attuned item. All it gives you is resistance to like the elements, but not elemental damage. Right? It's like Rigel's Frankian outfit, where like if it's too cold or too hot, it kind of makes sure that he doesn't take heat or cold damage. He can sort of be out in winter and not get frozen. Similar enchantment on it. So yeah. That's, of course, if you all want to go in through the front. Theoretically, you could say you're some sort of, like, advanced team or something, and convince the people on the side of Spring to just let you go forward during the siege, and then just go straight up to the wall and go in, possibly. That's the only thing I can think of, though. Again, barbarian. You might want to use that outfit some other way. And I've been appled. Rude.
Ah, apple.
Apple.
What
Oh, I
a
forgot to
shame.
give you a hydrate. That's what I got.
A freaking hydrate. What the frick
Yeah,
kind of
'Cause
bullshit?
I also need to hydrate.
But yeah, so now you guys have a complete. Oh god, and big head moded. Oh god, might be easier to drink actually. Why is Rog green? Do you mean Melinda? Melinda is Melinda. I don't know what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
know who Rogma is.
Yeah, who's wrong with?
Yeah, that's Melinda, that's Potato, that's Caliana, and that's Mai. Melinda, Potato,
It's Potato.
Caliana, and Mai.
I was like, what? No.
As soon as
I'm
you said it, I was
clearly
like,
the
yep.
potato.
Yeah,
He's always a potato.
Potate doesn't have Rigel
Rigel
characters,
potato.
so but you know.
I know when he asked me to make that, he told me to make a potato. I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want me to draw
Nope, yep.
Rigel?" And he's like, "Nope, I want a potato." So I was like, "Well, okay."
So he got a potato.
I actually changed all your guys' Steam nicknames on my friends list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kaz actually shows as Kaznoza now on my friends list rather than
Oh yeah, Inu Dork or something.
yeah, Rigel or Potato Man 23 now shows up as Potate. Rainlin has always been Rainlin, so I didn't change that. And Rogma is now Rogmother.
Rock Mother.
Bloodhawk is now Daddy Hawk.
Still not as funny as the fact that you have Rogmahawk.
And
Rude.
Blargs is Uncle Blarf.
Blarf.
So on Steam, everybody's names are slightly different, with the exception of Rainlin. I'll have to come up with a new nickname for Rainlin.
Don't worry, I changed my name to Kaznos.
Rainy boy.
Rain.
I didn't realize I could change that. as
That is the
easily as I
nickname I
could.
use for him all the time. Yeah, you can change your nickname in Steam as
I just had that. So cute.
as well
I didn't-
as you can change your Steam URL.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah, if you go into your settings, you can change your Steam URL to like your actual name. So like if people go to Steam user ID Cortland, they go to my page.
Oh.
So eventually set that up. You can do it now. It doesn't matter.
There we
Either
go.
way,
Don't worry, I just did it.
there we go. Which method do you guys plan on using to break in to the City of Seasons?
Uh,
What's the plan? Where are we going and how we doing it?
oh, I'm not good at plans. But all I know is Melinda should be the one in the outfit.
In the officer uniform?
And I feel like that's the best plan that I got.
Hmm.
She's convincing enough, I'm sure.
Has the group infiltrated Spring Owl this whole time that they've been here? You've been here? Or no?
No. So they will say, we do have troops in a small group. Rather than troops, we have a squad, I guess would be the better option, who made it into the Winter District when Winter attacked outwards. We moved our troops and hit them from the back, so effectively helped pincer maneuver the second attack that Winter did. We had prepared in advance, and we're prepared currently if Winter attacks outwards again, to use another squad to do the same maneuver if we want to. It does mean that we have a squad that is inside the city currently, but due to magical interference, we can't actually speak with them, unfortunately. So we're not sure what they're doing currently. We assume they're helping out with the other military or other seasonal groups, but we cannot verify.
Okay. And what do you think the best method is to go in through spring, pretending to be the shadows?
I think you should wait till Bella gets here, and then on cue, as conversation had continued, Bella will show up, and another group of mercenaries shows up along with, and they've got a couple of Court of Shadows boxes in tow as they're bringing it down, and looks over and sees you and goes, "Holy shit! You fucking
About
made
time, right?
God damn! That took you far too long. Oh, you brought your friends with you. Oh, one moment." And she like focuses herself. Pleasure to meet you all again. My name is Bella. In case you have forgotten me over the time. I hope you haven't, of course. As
It's been like a day.
Right.
Yeah, it's technically been like a day for us. Not even a day. It's been like 12 hours.
That is both unfortunate and fortunate. It has given us time to set up, verify that our command structure works as intended, and allows us to have a bunch of resources ready for you now that you're here. We aren't the hero types like all of you, after all, who have cool abilities. I mean, we do, but, you know.
I mean, you're being pretty heroic right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. I try. And talking like this is kind of a pain, so let's not continue this for too much longer.
Mhm.
Plans, do you have any?
Plans are go check in, make sure family is alive, and go see the Spring Chancellor.
Okay. Ah, fuck. So you need to get into the fucking... Oh, it's gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, hear me out. And she pauses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright, hear me out.
You can drop it if you want to. It's fine.
Alright, fuck it.
We're not gonna make fun of you, I promise.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. It's more the accent gets a little heavy sometimes. Alright, so... Easiest way, then, for us to get you all in there and make sure that not too much problem occurs. I see that you all have disguises.
Mm-hmm.
Going straight into spring is probably the better option.
Okay.
Alright, idea. Let us run a supply raid against the spring side at the same time as you all show up with those supplies, right? That'll give you credibility. People might not check, and maybe even officers won't check. Or if they do, they'll think you're really good at what you do. And as long as you act like you are a part of the role, you'll be a perfect officer, whoever is picked. It doesn't matter, they don't seem to have some sort of racial bias when it comes to their officers. So, somebody who's good at talking, and talking their way out of something. And then, all you have to do is get them to let you go forward. Say you're a sabotage group, or we'll send you with some mines we picked up. So you're a demo crew. That's what you are. You're a demo crew. you can use the mines to blow up the thistles and actually get in. And then close it up behind you, and you won't have to worry about the Court of Shadows. I think that's my best idea yet.
It's pretty good.
Very good.
All right, so we'll give you guys the mines. We know when the next supply is coming through, so we're gonna stop by the supply and we're gonna just wipe them all out, and then you will all take their place, including bringing them supplies. We're not gonna tamper with any of their supplies, but we're gonna add the mines to your supply, as if something from higher up said, "Hey, just blow a part of the wall open." We're gonna make sure that the charge is small enough that you just blow up a small bit of thistle. Then you all rush through, and hopefully it repairs behind you. If it doesn't, you're a druid, right? And points towards Kaliana.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then you should be able to merge with the power of the bristles and thorns and make it grow real quickly behind you.
Well,
Hopefully.
Yeah, I guess.
And boom, that's it. Perfect plan. I'm a genius.
You're pretty close to a genius.
I try. And yet you guys
Super.
always have me being the face. And I mean, I'm pretty good at that too. But I think it's the best plan we have. Rosie's not around. Rosie's currently over on another district side. I'm sure she'll be fine if we alter the mines a little bit and hand them to you. She's made plenty before.
Alrighty. Did she happen to leave anything behind that could be extremely useful?
Oh, sorry, Deirdre is elsewhere and has made plenty of mines.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, wrong name.
Got it.
The Fey Goblin who makes explosives is the one I meant to say, not the
Yeah.
not Rosie.
Not the gnome weapon master.
Yes. Deirdre's left plenty of explosives around. If you're just looking for explosives, we've mostly
I'm
been
gonna
using it
look
as
over at
distractions
Rigel.
or blowing up trees, you know, getting things in the way of the supply caravans. Very slight use of explosives. And each of our bunkers have a little bit of explosives ready.
Kaboom.
Rigel, you want some explosives?
I'll take some explosives. Are they ground explosives, or are they meant to be ground explosives, or can they be catapulted into stuff?
We have 2 mines that can
Ah.
attach to things. We have dynamite that can be thrown. And we have 1 explosive charge that can bring down a building.
Kaboom.
What if they were dropped from the sky?
Which one's the dynamite? That could work fine.
Penny.
Oh, the charge? No. The charge has a magical button you have to press to blow it up. I guess you could drop it from the sky and then blow it up later. And then the mines need to be placed and set, so you can't just drop them. If anything, that might just ruin the mechanism and it might never blow up. But dynamite, yes. Light the wick and throw it and boom. And charge, maybe. Distance on the clicker has not yet been determined, but we can guarantee it works with at least 90 feet away. Beyond that, no guarantees.
Okay.
All right. You guys gonna take the explosives?
Explosives.
Fantastic. So in that case, you guys will take, I'm just gonna say a handful of dynamite sticks. I'll come up with a number for it later. I'm gonna guess probably like 3 or 4. I say a handful of dynamite sticks. It's not really a handful. A handful is 1 dynamite stick. But like, 3 or 4 sticks of dynamite, but they're like not high yield charges. They're actually all kind of low yield. Effectively, it would be like a mid damage fireball that isn't like, it's not as strong as fireball, but instead it does more damage to buildings. So it would do double damage to structures and buildings. 2 sort of mines that are meant to destroy natural materials. Things like wood and stone and, non-crafted material. So the idea is that you would put the mines on the like wood thistle and stuff and ignite it, and it would just blow a hole through it type deal. Almost like a shaped charge, but not quite as powerful. And then the actual charge, the like shape charge that has a button to it, is a wide radius that does a shit ton of damage. It does quadruple damage versus structures.
Cool.
And it's a decent boom. Let me write this down. We're gonna say 3 sticks of low yield
Dynamite.
dynamite. 1 charge. 4 times damage versus structures. And then 2 mines. We're gonna call them shape charges for burrowing holes, because that's actually the most accurate option here.
Tunneling.
So the idea is that it's meant to tunnel. It's meant to burn out a hole. So these mines that they're telling you to put on the wall, you're basically going to be putting it and mounting it upside down. Or you're going to be mounting it correctly. They've been mounting them upside down, or vice versa. They've been blowing a hole up through like carriages, and in your case, you're going to blow a hole through a wall instead. So you're going to put it up against the wall and then ignite it, and it just explodes in through the wall and will create that hole. In this case, targeting mostly, thistle and bramble is what they recommend, but you could try to make a hole in any part of the wall if you wanted to. The dynamite does do extra damage versus structures. But is like not great like anti-personnel. So like if you throw it in the middle of a group, it won't like wipe them out unless they're like standard soldiers. If any of them are an adventurer, chances are they'll probably live without too much problem at your guys' level specifically. But that shape charge, it'll kill everybody in the vicinity and ruin a building. If you put it on like a pillar, it'll just wipe out the building. So those are the explosives you guys are given. Bella will look over at you guys and go, so, wanna go raid a supply line?
Heck yeah.
Woo!
Alright. Let's hope they have an officer on deck so that easily just take their place. And you guys will prepare. A part of your mercenary group will prepare with you as well. This ambush will include allied units firing and taking out the supply line. The supply line, this might be like a simple quick brawl / roll of just a few dice to see if you guys can take out like the people who actually matter. But it's almost 5, so we're gonna stop here and we'll do this supply line raid / then the aftermath of you guys as the officer and army moving into a camp surrounded by enemies, and see if you guys can talk your way up to the wall and break your way into the spring court the spring portion of the City of Seasons. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. Goodbye.
It's okay,
I've-
we're strong.
I have a lot of stat
Mhm.
blocks to plan out just in case, and a lot of interesting dice to roll and people to see if they're nearby. Because God, the Court of Shadows does have individuals who are quite powerful, and I just need to know if they're near your region at the time. So there might be a luck roll, like midway through you guys doing stuff, and we'll see how that turns out. If you guys are lucky, the enemy might not be anywhere nearby. If you guys aren't lucky, there might be some extra problems added into the mix, but we'll see. I might have you guys roll a luck roll before entering the camp, and then a luck roll before breaching the wall, but we'll see. I have to go through my notes and decide who would even be around at the time, but or if you guys even make it to there. I don't know if you guys are gonna make it to the wall. You guys might change your freaking decision, and you know, a dragon might descend and kill everybody. I don't fucking know. So yeah,
How'd the dragon get there?
thank you everybody for
Rocks
tuning
fall.
in. This will be interesting because I believe Zeraid will be back for next game, which means I need to get Zeraid's character in sort of possibly during the raid on the carriage, which could be real interesting.
Ooh.
We
What if
just
she's
kidnap
already-
them.
What if she's undercover?
Whoa.
It'll just be a recap of what happened last time. She'll be tied up and blindfolded, and
No.
she's just a hostage of the... No, but we'll try to get her character in as quickly as possible, possibly in the camp undercover. Who knows? Really just depends on how things go. But I want to make sure to get her in as early as possible, assuming we complete her character. We still haven't actually done any work on the stats yet, so hopefully we get to that. I think that's it. For news, later tonight, I might play more Dragon's Dogma 2, if I'm not playing games with
Makes
other
sense.
people.
Mhm.
In which case I might stream it. But if other people want to pull me to do other things, then I'll totally go do those other things instead. But if you guys suddenly see me go live playing Dragon's Dogma 2 at 9, you know why?
Eh?
Monday, as usual, we'll try to do a stream after my lunchtime ish. Don't know what I'll be streaming. If Raymond happens to be around and wants to play, then obviously we'll drag him along for the ride. And then after dinner, we'll play games with Ragma, hopefully.
Eee.
And then
Eee.
Tuesday is Guild Wars 2. I'll probably pick one of the 2 times to play with Blargs. And then if we want to keep playing, we'll keep playing. But if not, then I'll play more Dragon's Dogma 2, and that'll also be on stream. Can you guys tell that I like Dragon's Dogma 2?
No.
No,
I
we
wouldn't have guessed.
couldn't tell.
It's been really fun, and I like it. But yeah, so expect a bunch more Dragon's Dogma 2 from me all throughout the week, as well as hopefully a bunch of playing with friends. Early in the week is mostly playing with friends, so Monday, hopefully, Ragma, Rainlin, just hanging out. Blargs on Tuesday. If anybody shows up elsewhere, awesome. Wednesday I will stream, so even though it's normally Ragma stream time, I'll probably stream. Yes.
I forgot to say I'm not gonna be here next week. So I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
be
Gasp.
it's Easter Sunday.
Oh, that's
Christmas
right.
Oh yeah,
Eve,
it is.
Yeah.
So
That-
I guess we probably
I'm-
won't be here either.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it's perfectly fine. So what I'm hearing is next
Possibly just
Sunday.
you,
Dragon's
bro.
Dogma.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what I'm hearing is next Sunday is playing a game and or RPG and or shenanigan with Rainland,
Uh-huh.
or in the event that he's dead and or sick, more
Some
Dragon's
Dragon's
Dogma.
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 I mean, it's also possible that we try Lethal Company again with Kaz and Potato.
Oh yeah, if we're back.
if
yeah.
if they're around. So because
Yep.
it is Easter, yeah, it makes sense for them to be gone.
I
But
would
yes,
assume we might be back in time. It's probably
Yeah,
just my
last year it
plan.
wasn't super long.
Yeah.
No need to
'cause-
rush though.
Yeah, yeah.
if you guys are around and want to play, then totally hop on in with us. Even if we're doing something else, it's probably okay. Just send a message in Tabletop Tavern or wherever. So if myself and Raylan are already doing something, still message, because we can probably drag you in to play games and or hang out with us, because it's always fun to hang out with more people. And I think that's it for news. I'm not 100% sure on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We're not sure what's going to happen, but something will happen. But for sure, tomorrow, 2 streams. Tuesday, 2 streams. And Wednesday, at least a Dragon's Dogma stream of some kind. Possibly just through the entire day, like I did last time, where I took a break to eat dinner and just left it on a break screen and then just kept playing. But we'll see when we get to that one. So thank you so much, everybody. We have a bunch of people. Can we raid somebody? Are we allowed to do that? Is that legal?
Is it
Yeah.
allowed?
have we been doing illegal activity this whole time?
Oh, Blargs is saying playing Mario Kart. Should we go raid Blargs?
Sure.
You guys want to go watch some Mario Kart?
Mario.
Oh shit!
Mario Kart.
I wish I was
slash
good at Mario Kart.
slash aid is not how you do a raid. Just so everybody knows.
No.
Sometimes you just gotta slash aid, Also, how dare you throw apples at me? Oh yeah.
10 whole apples.
Then I get appled again. Oh no, you're shooting me? You shot me? What the hell?
Oh my god.
If I hit raid now, you're not gonna see what happens when I get shot
Wait,
for the
what
last time.
happens if you lose all your
If
health?
I hit raid right now, you're not gonna be able to see it. If I hit raid now, you're not gonna be able to see it. You have to do the redeem. Cass, you have to do the redeem. It has to be the
Oh,
redeem.
no.
It has to be
Oh,
the
no.
redeem.
Oh, okay. Hit.
Yeah, so
hit.
on the redeem, you say either hit or.
Ah, no!
Absolutely rude. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, stream.
Bye, Ted.
Bye.
Alright, we have rated out. Let me move this over to that screen real
Chunky
quick.
mustard. What?
He's